Yo, Kohz back here. Sorry for being late. You know me. That's how I roll. You know how I do. Now the top we've all been waiting for. The top for fall 2018. This season lineup is off the heezies, guys. It was impossible to narrow this list down to 10. I am looking forward to all of these series. Since there's a lot here, 20 baby! Woo! Sadly, it will only be the synopsis this time because I just don't want this to be that long. Sorry if you want to hear my fucking retarded inputs on these. I might just throw in a couple words though, but that's if I start to lose grip on the topic at hand, that is. The ranking and the placement don't mean anything here. The order is based from low to highest expectations and hype. Let's get this started ASAP. Sarat to Umi no Aida, animated by TMS Entertainment. In a future city called Onomichi, located in the Hiroshima prefecture, fishes in the ocean mysteriously disappear from the face of the world. The only sea life that remains are whales. The Ministry of Fishery then decided to start up an experimental program called Universe Tanks in space. This program then began to recruit and train future space fishermen. Since Japan at this time had to balance their equal employment law for men and women, female fishermen were on high demand. The story will follow 6 female fishermen and their growth. The anime aired on October 3rd. Yagate Kimi no Naru, animated by Troika. Our protagonist is a female named Yu Koito. She loves shoujo manga and waits a day she gets a confession that will make her heart pound and fluster. However, when that time did come, she felt nothing. Since that day she got a confession, she wasn't herself anymore. As she enters her first year of high school, she meets a beautiful girl by the name of Toko Nanami, who apparently makes her heart skip a beat. The anime aired on October 4th. Uchi no Meido ga Uza Sugiru, animated by Dogo Kobo. The story centers around a girl by the name of Misha Takanashi, a girl who is half Russian and Japanese. She lost her mother at a really young age and is now forced to live with her Japanese father, Yashiro Takanashi. Since her father is a really busy man, he decided to hire a maid named Tsubami Kamoi to look after his daughter. Tsubami has a certain qualification that caught Yashiro's eyes, and that is she was a former self-defense force official. However, we discover that she is a closet lolicon. A simple comedy with a hardcore lolicon attempting to get near her fantasy as it keeps fighting back. The anime aired on October 4th. Tonari no Kyosuke-san, animated by Studio Gokumi. The story centers around a girl by the name of Akira Amano. She was one day saved by a vampire girl named Sophie Twilight, who apparently was interested in her for quite some time before the start of the show. She takes Akira back to her house, and the two start living together. Although Sophie is in fact a vampire, she has a strict policy on feasting on humans. So instead, she purchases blood online to get the nutrients a vampire needs, in addition to buying anime goods and otaku stuff. A slice-of-life comedy between a vampire and a human just living a modern lifestyle. The anime aired on October 4th. Release the Spice, animated by Lei Dusei. The anime is about a girl named Momo Minamoto. She is a normal high school student. However, she is part of an intelligence agency called Tsukikage. Momo is a new recruit and now must train so she can fight against a global crime organization. The anime aired on October 6th. Zombieland Saga, animated by MAPPA. The story will follow 7 girls: Lily Hoshikawa, Juko Kono, Sakura Minamoto, Ai Mizuno, Saki Nikaido, Tai Yamada, and Yugiri. They live in a world that is filled with zombies, and they all share one wish, and that wish is to stay alive. They must learn to adapt and cooperate with each other in order to survive in this zombie-infested world. A new style of zombie anime that will take on a different turn compared to the previous similar zombie-related series. The anime aired on October 3rd. Seishun Buta Yaro wa Bunny Girl Senpai no Yume no Minai, animated by Cloverworks. There's a rumor floating around about a strange phenomenon called the puberty syndrome. This mostly affects people who are going through puberty. One day, the protagonist, Sakuta Azuzagawa, encounters a bunny girl. But it's actually just a normal girl by the name of Mai Sakurajima. She is a upperclassman of Sakuta and a famous actress who recently gone on hiatus. For some strange reason, everyone sees her as a normal girl, while Sakuta sees her as a bunny girl. Confused and wanting to discover why he sees her in a different way than others, Sakuta then sets out to solve the mystery behind it. He begins to spend time with Mai and at the same time learns of her deeper feelings and thoughts. The anime aired on October 3rd. Kishukugaku no Juliet, animated by Linden Films. The story takes place at a boarding school called KohzzyJo Academy. The students who attend this school comes from 2 rival countries called the Black Dogs and the White Cats. That ain't racist at all, right? They both reside in their own respective dormitories. The two leaders of these dormitories are Inazuka and Persia. Based on the name, you will know where they belong. However, these two end up falling in love with each other. In order to keep face and their reputation, they must keep the relationship a secret or there will be consequences. Star-crossed lovers story, pretty much. The anime aired on October 5th. Irozuku Sekai no Ashita Kara, anime by PA Works. The story sets place in the city of Nagasaki and in a universe where magic exists. The main protagonist is a girl named Hitomi Tsukishiro, who is a 17-year-old descendant of a witch family. Unfortunately, she never had a good time in her life as everything is dull for her and she sees the entire world colorless. Her grandmother, which is a powerful witch, Kohaku, felt bad for her granddaughter and decided to send Hitomi back to the past of 2018. There, she begins a new life with new friends in a new world. The story will follow her growth as a person and finding the true meaning in life. The anime aired on October 6th. Double Decker Dog and Kiki Real, I think, anime by Sunrise. The story sets place in a city-state called Liz Valiti. In this planet, there are two suns. People live peacefully and happy here. But in the shadow parts of the city lurks crime and illegal drug cartels. In this city exists a lethal drug called Anthem. This drug casts a dark shadow over the city, causing havoc and troubles for its citizens. In order to combat this type of criminal acts, the city forms a team called 7-0 Special Crime Investigation Unit. Sounds like a mouthful. They specialize in cracking down on Anthem and operate in a two-man buddy system, which is where the title comes from, the Double Decker system. The main character for the series is a man named Douglas Bellingham. I'm really bad with names, sorry. Who is a seasoned investigator. Watch as they unfold the secret of Anthem and the mysteries of the city. The anime aired on October 3rd as a special premiere, while the official broadcasting date began on October 30th. We in the top 10 now, baby! Sorry if you want to hear my thoughts on them though. I'm just getting fucking bored just talking about only the synopsis. Now, this is what I get for not narrowing down my shit down to 10. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Ingress, anime by Crafter. Scientist has launched a new project after finding a substance that can interface with the human brain. This newfound substance is called exotic matter, abbreviation XM. This substance seems to have existed since ancient times, but lost its presence and relevance as time progressed. Since its rediscovery, scientists came to the conclusion that the substance influenced the human mind and explains the reason of human progression and evolution. And of course, with a new groundbreaking discovery means an opportunity and a threat to humanity. Powerful nations and organizations are formed and embarks on the goal of utilizing XM to its maximum potential. Thus begins a battle of controlling XM and changing humanity for the better or worse. The entire series will be uploaded on October 18, as in all the episodes will be available after that date. Same with Devilman Crybaby, you can say. Conception, anime by Gonzo. The story revolves around Itsuki Yuji, a high school student who finds out his cousin and childhood friend Mahiru is pregnant. Shortly after discovering that, both him and her gets transported into a magical world called Granvania, which is overrun by monsters. And apparently the ones who can combat these special monsters are Star Childrens. Here's the twist though. Star Childrens can only be produced by the 12 Shrine Maidens of the constellations. Pretty much to put it simple, in order to exterminate monsters from this world, Itsuki must impregnate the 12 maidens of this world and become the father of the Star Childrens. No comment. I'm actually laughing my ass off in the inside and I'm trying to contain myself, in case you're wondering, cause I sound like a robot right now. The anime aired on October 9th. Ulysses, I think that's how you say it. Jeanne d'Arc Terenken no Kishi. Anime by Act 6. The story is set in the 15th century during the 100-Year War between England and France for the succession of the French throne. One of the main protagonists, Morenci, a son of a noble, immersed himself in the studies of magic and alchemy at a school. However, after the defeat of France at Agincourt, the school is no longer in service. Lost and now one of the most wanted men on the land, Morenci runs off and lives his life in secrecy. Along his journey, he ends up meeting a village girl named John, or the fuck you want to pronounce it, depends on where you live, I don't care. I'm just gonna go off based on the Fate franchise, yeah. Thus begins the tales of both Morenci and John. The anime aired on October 6. Thunderbolt Fantasy 2, anime by Nitro Plus, second season of the series. Not an actual anime, but I treat it as one. Deal with it. I enjoy the fuck out of this show too. Of course, they have their Japanese ways of pronouncing these type of stuff, but I want to use Chinese because it's authentic. Plus, as a Chinese-born American, this makes me happy. The story is set in an Eastern fantasy world. Dang Fei and her brother Tie Xijing are being pursued by an evil clan called Chuen Guizong, who are seeking for the lost sword of their master. A popular type of art or media you can say that originated from Taiwan, my ancestry too by the way. The production value for this is amazing, and it's a must-watch for many. With Gen Urobuchi behind the story, screenplay, and compositioning, he has established a new form of animation in the industry. It's unique and different, which might appeal to few. If you plan to pick this up, I recommend you watch the first season first. The series began airing on October 1st. SS Gridman, anime by Trigger and collab with Tsuburaya. The protagonist for the series is a boy named Yuta Hibiki. After recovering from amnesia, he gains the ability to see the unknown. After his first encountering with a Gridman, from his reflection of a computer screen, it tells him to remember his calling, but he is confused on what it meant. He tried to forget what happened, but after an eventful day at school, Yuta is attacked by a monster, and things begin to make some sense as Yuta transforms into a giant robotic hero called Gridman, aka Ultraman for those, I guess, people like me, you know, those old timers. The anime aired on October 6th. Tokyo Ghoul Red Season 2, anime by Pierrot. Could be spoiler here, but if you watch the first season, you know what's up. The series will continue off where the first season left off. Kanaki Ken finally reawakens and is ready to answer his calling and face his destiny as the One-Eyed King. Watch as Kanaki becomes the Black Reaper and sets his next goal into motion. Possibly the final installment in the conclusion of Tokyo Ghoul the story. One of my favorite series, to a point though, I just leave it at that. I have followed it for years and I'm happy it's over. Same goes for Naruto. And no, I don't count Boruto as canon. Second season aired on October 8th. Goblin Slayer, anime by White Fox. The story follows a young priestess named Onashikan, who joins a group of adventurers. However, not long into the journey, they encounter goblins and get attacked by them. As one fall one after another and gets, I don't want to say this, but hey, if YouTube allows it, rape in front of her eyes. Ona is left in deep torment and realizes that she is about to be the next victim when the goblins are done violating the others. As she was about to get that goblin's D, a mysterious knight swoops in and rescues Ona. He reveals himself as a Goblin Slayer, a man with deep hatred toward goblins and swears to exterminate the goblins race by all means necessary. As rumors spread about the birth of the Goblin Slayer, things are about to get interesting. This might not be a series for all for its dark atmosphere and adult heavy content, but otherwise, viewer discretion advised. The anime aired on October 6th. Toru Majutsu no Index Season 3, anime by JC Staff. Third season of the series that took over 7 years to come out after the second season. A series beloved by many and has a huge fan base surrounding it. Since it's a sequel, I'll mention the basic synopsis from the first season. In this universe, a city called Academy in Japan is the forefront in the world when it comes to technology and science. In addition, more than 3/4 of the city population is espers. The main protagonist for the series is a boy named Toma Kamijo, a high school student with the lowest psychic rank of 0. However, he possesses a special power that scientists cannot comprehend called the Imagine Breaker, which allows him to negate other abilities. Thus begins Toma's crazy adventure of entering the world of supernatural. If you want to watch this, it's advised you watch the previous 2 seasons to know what's going on. The third season aired on October 4th. Jojo Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind, anime by Davis Studio. The 5th season of the Jojo series. I've been waiting this for years. The story sets place in the city of Naples in the year 2001. The story will follow a new protagonist named Giorgio Giovanna. He is kind of a troublemaker and has dreams of becoming a big-time gangster. And of course, like every JoJo protagonist, he inherited the Joestar bloodline and has a stand called Golden Experience. Reasons why he is related to the Joestars, is it spoilers? Whatever. It's because he is one of Dio's offsprings. And you can also say Jonathan Joestar too, because you know, Dio's using his body and yeah, that stuff happened. Giorno's dream starts to become a reality as he becomes acquaintance with Bruno Bucciarati, famous mobster of the gang Passione. Realizing that they both share the same goals and aspirations, they come up with a plan to overthrow the boss of Passione. And while this happens, Jotaro becomes aware of Giorno's existence and want to know more about Dio's son. And in the shadows, another thread's about to rise as it will take you on another bizarre adventure. The 5th season aired on October 6th. Number 1. Don't judge me. This is when shit gets good and will blow everyone's expectation out the waters until next year. You ready? Sword Art Online Alicization, animated by A1 Pictures. The story will continue after the conclusion of Mother Rosario and I guess the movie Order No Scale. I think it's canon now, right? Whatever, it's canon. The story once again followed Kazuto Kirigaya, aka Kirito, and with some new faces that will serve important purposes for the future of this arc. Kirito is now a new test subject for a new form of full diving called Soul Translator at a company called Wrath. Unlike previous full dives, this machine connects with the human's flux light instead of the brains. If that's too technical for you, it's simple. The machine connects to a person's soul. Kirito enters this new virtual world that is filled with mysteries. Everything starts to become a reality for him, and there will be more at stakes. What new adventure lies ahead of Kirito? Find out in this latest installment as Kirito ventures into the land called the Underworld. The 3rd season aired on October 6th. There are my top guys. I just couldn't narrow my shit down to 10 or 15 this time. Most of these sound good and I expect greatness from all of them. Exception of SAO this season though. It's guaranteed to be the best, that's why. It's my favorite arc of the series and I read all of it. Well, at least for this top, I was more straight to the point this time without my random inputs and rants. Let me know if you prefer this more or my typical random talk sessions in a top. I would greatly appreciate that. Well, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to drop a like or dislike. And I don't know if I'm retarded, but I just finally realized after 2 years or so, yeah, I don't pay attention to these type of stuff and all that thing going on with YouTube. To make sure to keep up to date with my content, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell button to always be alert on a new video. Yeah, I know, I'm so late on this. Well, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Lates.